Alrighty, this is etiquette you new Xboxers need to know. First thing, marking, and also the wheel. I don't know what it's called. Comms wheel, there we go. It's found there in settings. It's at the bottom, controller, changing your binds. And these are all the different, like, communication things you can actually say. The only ones we're really going to care about are thanks and sorry for right now. Everything else is kind of like sort of optional. So, I'll give you an example. This is mostly gonna be like, if this happens, do this. So you're out here sneaking your way in, you're gonna blow up that tower, and after you do so, you we'll say in this instance, you accidentally confuse the enemy. Alright? You accidentally confuse one of your Helldivers and you shoot them. There's two things you can do in this scenario. One, or A, you say sorry, you move on. B, you write down in chat, I'm sorry. Or C, you don't say anything. We try to avoid that. Because the not saying anything indicates that either A, it was intentional, which it may have been, but we're assuming it's not, it was an accident. The B, or like, you want to at the very least go into that wheel and say sorry. Because then, it wasn't your mistake. You gotta make sure you don't kill them again, because if you do, it'll seem like you're actively shooting them. And if you can write something in chat, that's even better. But generally, like for Xbox, you have to pull up a keyboard and like move your cursor over to each button, so it's a rather harder, which makes the comms wheel a lot more convenient. Um, and then again with C, we're just trying to be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do this. Now, on to our next scenario. We have here, you're also just assume that the voteless are Helldivers. That's what I'm trying to do here. You're shooting at that, the big monster. Alright, you're shooting at it. And someone walks in front of your fire, and you kill them. You are not at fault here. I'm dead serious. This is not your fault. They should have not crossed your path of fire. What you should do as a good self-serving Helldiver, you should try to stop firing if someone's walking in front of your path. But if you do accidentally kill them, that is not your fault. You don't necessarily need to say sorry. And if anyone has a problem with that, they're weird. That is not your fault if they're walking through your gunfire. Alright, next thing we're talking about. This is the side of where you're you're on the receiving end, whether that means you're the one getting shot or you're the one who, like, you get heals or something. So, um, quickly, um, let's say you get some, like, resupply from someone. Like, you don't have to necessarily ask in the comm wheel, I need supplies. If someone resupplies you, you say thank you. If someone stims you, you say thank you. If someone helps you out with a battle, or like they're helping you like defeat enemies and stuff, that's your choice. But for the most part, I would just say thank you because it's just nice, you appreciating their help. Now, this is on if you're the receiving end of the guy who got shot in the beginning. Let's say you're that guy, all right? You just got shot by your teammate. You don't really know why. What I would do, if he says sorry, no matter whether he says sorry or if he doesn't say sorry, put his, not really name, but just like put him on a little list that essentially just means for as long as you're playing with them, like in mission, or like when you go to a separate mission, like as long as you're playing with that person, I would just generally be aware of what they're doing. Not necessarily at all times, but like if they start like throwing grenades at you or something, like be aware of that. And if you really have a problem with it, I personally wouldn't do anything in the sense of like attacking them because that only hurts the mission. Where you kill them, then they kill you, everyone wants to get the last laugh in, now you're down 10 reinforcements, and you're doing one of those raise flag missions for, like, the bugs. You're not winning that mission anymore. So, generally what I would do is if that happens, where someone is actively shooting you, or just doing something that you're, like, not really comfortable with, just avoid them. You know, just you don't have to like be on the other side of the map, but like if you're attacking a fortress, just if they're attacking from one side, you go on the other. It's relatively simple. Just be aware of what they're doing. I think that's it. There are other things which are kind of nuances, like when the time occurs, you just kind of do it. Um, Again, to reiterate, if you accidentally kill someone, say sorry. If it's something like you kill yourself and them, like, 'cause I've done this, where I'll shoot an ultimatum round instead of my, like, primary weapon and kill both of us, just type in the chat, I'm sorry, wrong weapon. Most people will understand. And even if they don't, like, respond or anything, it's cool. Just don't do it again. Final thing. With the FRV, I am one who likes to take the FRV and just drive by myself, like go attack a mission on the other side of the map because I can afford it. But if someone gets in your car, you are now their Uber driver. You you have to understand that. You are now driving them. You can't just go off and do your own thing. Unless you're with actually I was gonna say unless you're with friends, but I mean any of this really like just ignore all of this if you're with friends because you're with people you know. But with people you don't know, like say they get in your FRV. Also, you should always try to stop and let someone in your car because you can. But if they get in your FRV, you are now driving them. You're not driving to do your own thing. You can if you want to, but they got in your car for a reason. And it probably wasn't to just go attack the other side of the map. Because generally what ends up happening is you hit a tiniest rock, flip the car, and crush them if they're on the gun. Which has happened to me before. But anyways, that's just simple etiquette for everyone. And one final thing. If I ever catch one of you freaks constantly hitting the reinforce button, I swear to God. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously though, don't don't do that. If you do that, you do not deserve happiness. Anyways, as always, subscribe, farewell, and play Helldivers, I guess.